I'm with Bill from Conquistador Games, and we are looking at Tomorrow. Tomorrow just had a big Kickstarter campaign, and I presume it went pretty well?
Yeah, we raised around $70,000, so we had a very successful Kickstarter. It was our third Kickstarter project. Our first one was Road to Enlightenment, then we did the New Science, and Tomorrow was our third. It was our most successful.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was great.
So what's basic gameplay? How does the game work?
Well, Tomorrow is our near future game of global depopulation. So basically, if you played Pandemic, it's kind of like the reverse Pandemic.
Okay.
Whereas in Pandemic, you're all trying to stop the diseases. In this game, you're going to be launching the diseases at other players. So the idea is that it's the near future, and the population of the Earth has grown to the point where we can no longer sustain ourselves.
All right.
So the governments of the world have decided that the easiest solution to all this is through massive global depopulation. Now, you'll earn more points in the game for protecting your own people than you will for annihilating others. But people are going to have to die. If I can show you something real quick here.
Of course.
Each game will start with what we call the death marker here on this X. As population is removed off the board, this will begin to fall. And it has to fall down the yellow, down the red, down the black, all the way to the happy face. If it does so in 9 turns, the player who has accumulated the most political capital will win the game.
Okay.
If it doesn't happen in 9 turns, all players lose. So there's a mild cooperative element in there, but in the end, you're looking out for yourself.
So the name of the game is genocide, essentially.
More or less, yeah. Again, you're trying to protect your people, though. You don't want to see your people die, or those that you control militarily. But it's the other guy that's going to have to die.
Excellent. So talk to me a little bit about the Kickstarter. How long did it take for you guys to raise what you wanted to raise?
Yeah, we had a 30-day Kickstarter,
okay.
And we got a lot of help through Board Game Geek. There was some controversy with the theme of the game of massive population, but all the talk generated a lot of buzz. So thanks guys.
Excellent. So if we went through a basic turn here, starting
sure.
To start the game, would we start with all these pieces on the board?
Yeah, there's always 100 pawns on the board. Each pawn represents roughly 70 million people.
Okay.
So each turn will first start off with an event card.
Okay.
And we have a lot of these in the game, so there's a ton of variety in Tomorrow. No 2 games are ever going to be the same. There's just too many variables. So when the game first starts, you'll draw an event card, and there are 3 on here. There's a yellow, a red, and a black. And the one that you resolve is dependent on where the marker is. So if this is in the yellow, it's early in the game, you would do Regional Sacrifice. If it's in the red, you would do the Plague. So each turn will start with that. And there's only 9 in the game, so it goes very fast. After that, players are going to pick actions that they want to perform. Each player has access to the same 5 action cards. There are the Cyber card, which can steal the Control of Cyberspace card. There are nukes. I'll get to the nukes in a second. Military actions, biological diseases, and espionage. And you're going to pick 2 of those each turn and play them face down.
Okay.
And the European Union player will determine the turn order. And you'll resolve one of your actions, then the next player will, then you'll come back and repeat the cycle one more time. Okay. So it plays very fast.
Okay. What's about the average game speed?
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Tomorrow. You can play a full 6-player game in 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
It's not a clear your afternoon kind of game. It's very fast. What takes the most amount of time in this game is all the negotiation. I mean, this really is a game that thrives on the group experience, talking to one another, begging and pleading with your friends, hey, don't hit me, you want to hit this guy.
Right.
That's where the time adds. But the mechanics are very quick, plays very fast.
Excellent. Can we expect any kind of expansion, anything towards the future? I know the game is in the process of coming out right now.
Yeah, it comes out at the end of September, but yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do with this design and a lot of sort of extending where things are going. So yeah, it's not off the table by any means.
And how long did the game take to come together as far as...
Well, the original concept was several years ago. So it's went through a lot of metamorphosis to get to where it is now. And the main thing that we wanted to focus on was the speed of the game. I mean, in earlier versions, it was much longer, much more detailed, a little more rules heavy. And at the end, we didn't want that. It's like, this needs to be a game. If emotions are running high when your best friend just lies to you, you want it to be fast. You want to get back to your turn so you can hit him back.
Is the game fairly intuitive once you get into it?
Yeah, we have a game going on right over here, and they sat down and played it cold, and they're almost done.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's very, very fast.
Well, I can't wait to open it up and get our hands on it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. We have had a lot of fun making it.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
This is Ryan for D6 Mafia, the floor of Gen Con.